we should be changing in our minds, in the growth of ourself and our inner being. Conversations are to nourish us, you see. But if we think we already have the answer, we already know, then we can't grow any further. And conversation never builds and develops. We instead become quite argumentative because frustration builds up if nobody's really listening to one another. So better is the little of righteous, or blessed is the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Okay, so I think I'm going to close down right now. And I thank you, Leon, for coming on. And I'm going to continue with the reading, hopefully tomorrow, and hear what the word of the Lord is saying. So my summary here is that the Lord, as I just said, He does send His messengers, and we should be open to that. We should be open to know that messengers are here from the Lord, from God. Okay. Pleased to meet you, Shannon. So we should be aware that, and be open to hearing new teaching and higher, more advanced teaching on the Lord, and not want to just stick to the old method. And I do have that issue on the weekend when I join certain group of people with Bible reading, and they just close their mind. They don't want to hear anything I have to say. They want to keep to the old ritual of how they know to read the Bible. And when I try to say something new, they see it as the adversary. Get accused of being the adversary. I don't want to say the word here on the Sabbath. You see? So this is the message of Jesus, that we're going to find that. Yeah, we're going to get that division, and it all depends on what's going on in our hearts. And what have we been feeding our hearts, our minds? What's the constant thought? And I'm trained in cancer treatment, and I've worked with many cancer patients. And as I listen to them, it's what have they been feeding in their inner minds? Because if they are feeding too many negative messages to themselves, or they say, I don't want to say it because of prophecy in me. But if they give themselves negative messages, then I'll say it in the opposite. Oh, I'm brilliant. Oh, I'm good. I can do it. And I'm worth $1 million. If they say in its positive polarity rather than in its negative, then they switch on a healing balm, and they uplift themselves in comfort and joy of the Lord. But if they switch it and kind of demean themselves, it starts to set inside, and then now the system inside is saying, well, we don't want to exist because it's not too good out there in the environment, and they begin to shut down the internal organs, and now that's where diseases set in. You see, so we have to be careful what's going on in our inner thoughts, so that we can receive the word of the Lord and receive it in its newness, in its youthfulness, and in its intention. Otherwise, we may just be stuck in our own way and miss the glad tidings. But they kept mocking the messenger of God, despising his words and scoffing at his prophets, until the wrath of the Lord rose against his people, until there was no remedy. Well, that's you know what? I'm quite glad to hear that, because right now that's what I'm undergoing. Mocking, despising, I'm being despised, scoffed at, until the wrath of the Lord regain his people. And I think that's a word of reassurance. That's a comforting. That's like, stay with it. Be encouraged. Okay? Because sooner or later the Lord will step in and put an end to it. That's what the wrath means. I've been studying what does wrath and judgment mean these past few weeks. It means the Lord's going to put an end, but it's not going to be a kind end. It's going to come with some pain and suffering, so to speak. It's going to be like the end of lives, yes. But then they always remember that if we're good on the inside, if we're right on the inside, then we ascend into our spiritual beings. So until there was no remedy. See, so when the Lord moves, that's it. There's no comeback. That's the end. That's it. He's ultimate. He's the most powerful. So, Leon is causing me to work here. But I'm gonna close down here because it's pretty late in the night time, and there's some other things that I need to get done. So I thank you, Leon, for your contribution. And as I said, this is a recording. I've spoken for about 2.5 hours, and Blog Talk still have another half an hour, but I'm gonna close down right now. So thank you, everyone, for listening in on me. And let me see if I've got I'd give Shannon a prophetic word, but I see music. I see Leon playing the guitar or something like that. But I don't know, Leon, do you play the guitar or some sort of music? Because I just see the Lord is going to incite a tune in you. It's going to, it's going to just be like a passing tune, and you might just slightly catch it and hum it, but it's relevant. And I just say, have a little recording if you've got a recorder on your phone. And as you hear this little music, I love guitar, just hum it and record it, okay? Because it's no ordinary sound and it's no ordinary tune. And the Lord will cause you to build on it. And you'll see wonders with your guitar playing, okay? So that's the word of the Lord for you, Leon. And I did promise that if anyone come on, I'd give them a word. So there you are. Oh my gosh, somebody else is has logged in. Colton has logged in. Do you want a word, Colton? Well, I do see creativity, and Leon's musical, and Colton, I see writing, I see the arts, I see creativity for you, and I see in that creativity to go deeper, delve deeper. They say deep, calleth deep, and I just think that you haven't even begun to explore the creativity in yourself. There's a lot of repression, as life is. We are so repressed, and we don't even know the truth of ourselves. Can I tell you, many of us, we don't even know who we are. That silver lining in us, that golden person, that supreme person, is a sleeping beauty for 1,000 years, for 100 years. So, Colton, the word of the Lord is delve. Wake up. Jesus says to Lazarus, Lazarus, come forth. Okay? Are you Jewish host or Christian? I'll say, to categorize my upbringing in the church, I'm going to say Christian. I grew up in the Anglican church, and I attended the Seventh-day Adventist church, so I keep the Sabbath. Okay? So Colton, thus says the Lord, is to go further into creativity. Know that the Lord will be with you, and if you lean upon Him and just believe in Him in the time of forging forth in your creativity, you'll see that the Lord will really bring you into high zones of creativity, and that this can actually bring increased prosperity to you if you will just put your trust in it. That's the word of the Lord that I have for you, and that's a real good prophecy. Can I tell you? That's a real good. Does that sound right to you, Colton? Colton? You ask, are you Jewish host or Christian? And I say Christian. To answer you precisely, I'm Christian host. Okay. Alrighty. So I think I'm going to good. I have a question. Why pick Christianity over other religion? Hold on. Let me just. Like Islam, that claims to be the last and final revelation. Hinduism, Judaism, etc. Don't all paths lead to God? Of course they do. There's God. The Lord doesn't have a religion. It's because we're living under the British Empire, the influence of the British Empire, divide and conquer, the colonialism, imperialism. So, in order to, and I mean, I'm probably going to sound like an activist here now, radicalist also. But what I'm saying is, in order to have control over a mass of people, you kind of have to have them divided, everybody with separate views, and so you can rule over the people in that way. So, without talking about Hindu and Islam, because I'm not really able to go into that depth of talk. But I know within the Christianity you find there's different denominations. And you're right, we come under the umbrella of one God, under the same skies. But this different belief system is a way of kind of keeping people in separations, and so therefore it's easier to rule over a mass of people. I have a question. Why pick Christianity over other religions like Islam? And why YouTube. So Leon has given a YouTube here. Reading. If I had my other sound on, I could have probably put the YouTube one. He's got youtube.be/au7 and then capital NTRVX small g 2 and M. Right, if you wanted to kind of look into that. And why are these different sects? And what if I pick the wrong one? There's Catholic, Protestant, Coptic, Orthodox, Catholic, Roman. There's so many. Usually we don't pick. We're born into it. Our parents will bring us to church, or whether they don't bring us, but we're usually born into it. We don't. I know when we get older now, you can decide. But at this stage, we're coming into 1,000 years of holy sabbatical rest. And I like to say that we might as well prepare ourselves in the word of the Lord and to hear a higher truth than, at this stage of the game, But then it's not really fair for me to say, because, everyone's, you have your own mind and your own ability to decide what suits you, you see, and certain denomination and the way that they teach spirituality, the way they teach God, might suit you better than another. So sometimes we can move with these different variations of belief, of spirituality, because that's what church is about. That's what God is about, spirituality. The Hinduism and the Islam, it's all about spirituality. And the Lord, it's a deeper Bible study, but we're not under the true God. The Lord has surrendered his earth to the Gentile spirit, you see. So we're not under the true God. So everybody is in division of this spirituality, see. So at this stage, I guess it's what you've been brought up in, what you've inherited, and then you may decide, well, I've got this certain belief in me, because I was with the Anglican Church, and then I was encouraged to go into the Adventist, and I was there for a while, but then there are certain aspects that I missed on the Anglican Church, so we can switch according to our own personality and our own spiritual needs. Alright, so what am I hearing here now? He said, he picked me, I did not choose him. That's right. Yes, that's right. The Lord is definitely knows us from the soul. He knows us deep down, and he doesn't choose us because we've been in good behavior all our life.